Hey everyone, it's Chris. So, this is part two. We made it through the tutorial. And what that means is now we're free to actually play on the ladder. Now, getting through the tutorial and things like that ended up getting us some rewards. And so I just kind of wanted to go over what we got here. I ended up with 20 packs after everything was said and done for various reasons. Some of these you would see, some of them you might not. Apparently, it's a lot more difficult for me to actually start from scratch than it would be if I would have just created a new account as opposed to going on a different server. But we've got a gold classic pack, which was a Twitch reward, Twitch Prime. We've got a classic pack for 5. I just wrote them out of order here. A total of 13 classic packs. One was for 5 practice games. One was for getting a hero to level 10. There's another one in there somewhere. The rewards were popping fast and furious when we first started here. I also did do the $4.99 classic beginner bundle that you get. 10 packs and a legendary. The legendary I got was Gromosh, which is a legendary for warrior. So there's that. 2 Kobolds and Catacombs packs for HCT. A Frozen Throne pack also for HCT. Ungoro, I think, was for HCT as well, and then there was an Old Gods one in there. And then I think that there's the Grand Tournament one was a HCT, Hearthstone Tournament thing as well. So a little bit of stuff. Before we crack these open, which is going to be kind of the focus of this episode, I wanted to go over what we just got in our collection. So, opening up for the first time. Obviously, we had to play as all the heroes to unlock them. So we got them all open here. And we just kind of wanted to go over like the starting stuff. I know I can customize the deck. Thank you. So you do start with some basics, with Druid, with Hunter. Mage is going to have more stuff in it because that was the one I beat everyone else with. I'll get back to that in a second. Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, Warrior. And then you can see Gromosh, the legendary that I got from that pack. And additionally, from rewards, we got Cthulhu. Maybe. Oh, results found in wild. Okay. So we got 2 Beckoners of Evil. That was a reward. And then Cthulhu. So that's all that good stuff. We also got 100 gold for completing a match in practice, which the innkeeper was gracious enough to say, hey, you should spend that on a pack. So we're going to do that too. And then we also have one more quest outstanding, which is for completing a game in the play mode, win or lose. And I figured rather than do that, I would, before I started the video, we could do that live on the video. So with that in mind, our first step is to get packs open. Is 20 packs, considering a handful of them are actually not even standard legal, is 20 packs enough to craft a deck? No, not even close. What it will do though, is give us an idea of where we should start as far as what we can build. Because we started with Mage has all of her basic cards unlocked. In the event that we have something that says, hey, we should be going to this hero first, I'd probably spend some time getting the basic cards updated in practice mode just to save myself the grief. It's a lot quicker to set practice mode to normal, which you can find here. Solo adventures, practice mode normal. And we'll see what we get from the packs. That'll tell us where we're going to go from here. So with that in mind, it's time for everyone's favorite part, which is cracking open some packs. So let's start with the Golden Twitch pack. Okay. Standard 40 gold pack. Golden. Okay, so what are we seeing here? Right off the top of my head, not a whole lot useful here, but the nice part about these golden cards is that I can easily dust them to get something I may need. So for right now, not really being pointed in any direction whatsoever. So let's go to Kobolds and Catacombs. see what we get here. Couple of rares, which is good. Okay. Not a super useful golden rare, but again, goldens are great because they play just as well as regular cards, but they can be dusted for more. Dry Whisker Armor's got some fringe play in a couple of warrior decks, and Sleepy Dragon, Sleepy Dragon's a pain in the butt no matter how you slice it. Greedy Sprite is useful in Druid. So let's open up the other Kobolds and Catacombs pack. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Okay. This is nice. Jasper Spellstone is certainly a viable card for a Druid. Plated Beetle's great. All classes. Sleepy Dragon. So we got 2 copies of Sleepy Dragon at this point. Cobalt Apprentice, deal 3 damage randomly split among all enemies. So Arcane Missiles on a stick. And Gem-Studded Golem, kind of fringe again. So we're getting an idea. Okay, this is the Frozen Throne. Okay. Happy Ghoul's a nice pick, so is Bloodraiser. Both see some play, sometimes in Zoo. But, at this point, we aren't super bound to any sort of archetype. We're more bound to what are the best cards, which class has the most of the best cards, and that's what we're going to play. Journey to Un'Goro. Okay, Humongous Razor Leaf's kind of a whiff, but Stubborn Gastropod's nice. Firefly's nice. And, Murlocs are good. Nesting Rock even is a decent pull, if it's something that we end up having to build around. Okay, so now we're on the card decks, the packs that are wild. And my primary thought for these is they're just going to be fuel for dust to build other stuff. So let's see what we get with these. First, we've got Old Gods with a really gross splat noise. Okay. Yeah, Evolve saw some play back in Standard, and I know it still sees some play in Wild, but I think that I would rather have the dust more than anything else, so that's probably where we're going with that. Grand Tournament. Oh, ooh, that's... So... That's nice, and that's also unfortunate. It's nice because we have a legendary that we could dust. It's unfortunate because it's not standard. So, I mean, unless it's something massive, mega, insane, we're probably going to dust it. If we're short for a card pool for standard, we're very short on a card pool for wild. So, let's see. Gormok. Okay, yeah. He's easily dusted. So. Alright, and that leaves us with the 13 classic packs. So... these are the ones that are really going to help us form the basis of where we begin. Okay. All right. I'm starting to detect a theme of warrior and druid. Seem like they're kind of giving us what we need so far, but, always subject to change. That's nice. Cairn... he saw some play for a hot minute there. He kind of sees some fringe play as of right now. But the nice part about him is, 6/5, a 4/5 for 6 that has another 4/5 behind when it's dead. It's not a bad legendary to maybe throw in if we don't have any other options. Sorcerer's Apprentice is awesome. Always nice to see. Okay, so this is an epic that does not see a lot of play, which, potentially Dust Fuel. Lightning Storm's nice. Cruel Taskmaster, not bad. Mad Bomber. Just kind of a crapshoot right now. Okay. not very much play. I mean, he's someone that you kind of reluctantly pick from a 1/4 Stonehill Defender. Kind of similar. He doesn't do a whole lot, so he's probably good dust fuel. Naturalize is a nice get for Druid again, and Argent Squire is always a good get. Kind of a good utility linchpin 1-drop. Okay, Soul of the Forest, Druid again. Shadow Step is a great rogue card. Kind of seeing where we're going. Okay. Druid and Hunter, we got some good stuff in here. Second Sorcerer's Apprentice is very nice to see. You know, it might almost be worth trying to do our one game that we actually play on the ladder, just finding a slot for Sorcerer's Apprentice in the mix. Come on. Okay. Murloc Tidecaller. You know, we could do something with the Fishmen potentially. Okay. Direwolf Alpha. Okay, now we got Argent Squires for days. We also got we've got one explosive and one freezing trap now, which are kind of the linchpin Hunter secrets, so that's good. Holy Fire is a decent priest card. Even Temple Enforcer, you know, that we got to make it work. We got to make it work, right? It's kind of what we're doing here. Okay. You know, back in my day, Arcane Golem was a heck of a card. Druid of the Claw is not bad. And Mirror Entity, if we end up going something secret-oriented with Mage, we've at least got some secrets to make it work because we had an Ice Barrier too. Not the most consistent pool to draw from. What is the start? Earthring Farseer is pretty good. Stampeding Kodo has potential. That's kind of it from this one. All right, let's see what our last pack gives us. Soul of the Forest, Airfire. So yeah, and as you can see, that's how quickly you can burn through 20 packs, and you know, kind of be just about as lost as you were before you even started. Now I am going to go ahead and buy that additional 1 pack from the 100 gold that we have. We'll go ahead and open that up, see what it gives us, and then we'll have our starting pool of cards. Golden Rare, nice for dust purposes. Armorsmith is a pretty cool, useful warrior card. And yeah, I mean, we are a long ways away from Blessing of Wisdom doing something for us in a Paladin deck. Alright, so handy dandy feature here. First of all, do we have any extra cards? We have one, and I know that that's our third Argent Squire, so we'll go ahead and disenchant that. Cool. We got 100 dust for disenchanting that one. Now if we go back from here, we can go to highlight new, just to kind of see what we're working with here. It's, I mean, right off the bat, Druid's not bad. Druid of the Claws and Nourish are definitely worth working around. Naturalize and Lesser Jasper Spellstone are useful. So we got a little bit of ramp. Hunter is really lacking. We do have 4 secrets. We could do some sort of secret Hunter build if we wanted. Mage, the 2 Sorcerer's Apprentices are an exceptional get. I will slot those into the Mage deck for sure for right now. Paladin, Priest, not really. Rogue, certainly not. Shaman, no. Lightning Storm's a nice get. Warlock, no. We did get a lot of warrior stuff. Might be worth looking into. And then, you know, what are some really key cards we got here? Argent Squire's a really good get. Firefly's awesome. Direwolf Alpha's not bad. Plated Beetle's not bad. Gastropod's good. We can make things like Earthring Farseer work. Not a whole lot there. Karen's a nice gift. It's good legendary to just kind of a nice neutral legendary to have. We also got Marin the Fox from another promotion. So, and then 2 Sleepy Dragons. So there's some stuff we can work around here. What I think I want to do for our 1 pack that we're going to get for playing is I want to find a slot for the 2 Sorcerer's Apprentices. You know, also from leveling up, we get things like Frostbolt. We get things like Frost Nova, Mirror Image. So there are a lot of Flame Strike is also really, really good card. So what I think I want to do is take a look at what sort of changes would I make to this deck to kind of make it more mage-centric. And the one thing that I do dislike about the way Hearthstone's deck building setup is arranged is that I can't add more cards and then remove them, you know. It would be nice to throw 35 cards in here and then have to see what my deck looks like in its entirety and cut it down. But I can't really do that. What I can tell you is that off the top of my head, Murloc Raider, not really beneficial. You know, probably Bloodfen Raptor can go. Novice Engineer was nice for the card draw. And then we've got things like, you know, Oasis Snapjaw I want to get rid of. And what I think I want to do, I get it. Drag a card away to remove it. It's going to make me do that. Okay. Right off the bat, I know I want to add in Frostbolt. I know I want to add Sorcerer's Apprentice. And I guess what I could theoretically do is add back in the other Fireball. Water Elemental's not bad. And that second Sorcerer. Is there anything really speaking to me from our neutral cards that I think could really go in? You know, not really. And to be quite honest, this is going to be a difficult game to win regardless. But we've got that quest. Complete a game in play mode. And, you know, I could theoretically say we could put it on casual if we want, but we're at the bottom of the ladder here. We might as well, you know, throw it in at the lowest rank you can go and see what happens. You can see here all the basic cards are unlocked, so that X out of 20 basic cards is gone, and it's the only one that's got that. So let's do this. Let's get our last pack, and then let's start brainstorming and kind of coming up with what our card pool is and how we can make that work to our benefit. You are being matched against a player of your skill. I don't know whether my skill might be misleading in this instance or not, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I predict that we're going to get steamrolled, just because that's kind of what happens. Okay. Okay, well, I think Frostbolt and Sorcerer's Apprentice are the keeps in this case. Alright. You don't even know what you're in for. Okay. Got the other one too? Alright. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb and just kind of Frostbolt that dude. Looks like we're going up against a pretty standard Zoo Warlock, so at least the beating will be over quickly, right? Okay. we'll play out the Crocolisk here. And now our opponent is going, oh, okay, I can fool around here a little bit. Yep. I think we do this. And then play out Sorcerer's Apprentice. And then we'll see if we can get killed. You know, even though we're the lowest rank, and we're doing this basically for a card pack at this point, so he sees that as a pretty big threat. You know, I'm not going to dink around. I want to make sure that my opponent gets the respect of me actually trying to play this game to the best of my ability. So I am going to do that. I feel like I should just Arcane Intellect. You know, I'm looking for answers that I'm not going to find, right? Because you know, if you know, my deck is a station wagon, then his deck is a, you know, high performance machine. So it's just going to steamroller us. That's a lot of vehicle euphemisms. Okay. So to slow the bleeding, I think I want to do Arcane. And then I think we do you. It's not going to do a whole lot. Our opponent's got 3 cards left, including 4 now. You know, just tap yourself 15 times. That works for me. Okay. You know, in retrospect, I should have, like, gotten rid of one of these Boulder Fist Ogres and maybe put in one of the Flame Strikes. That could have been useful. But, you know, what are you going to do? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we can Frostbolt Tar Creeper, Wolf Rider the other Tar Creeper. And then we just ping one of the Happy Ghouls and we just kind of go about our business. We're going to get knocked down to 8. We saw both of the Soul Fires. Okay, so. Okay. Okay. So we're pretty much toast either way, but we'll just go ahead and... Well played. Do it to me. All right. So we get ourselves another pack. Hey, Silver Lining, right? Let's open up this last pack and then we'll call it a episode. Ooh, 100 gold equals another pack. Let's see what we get. Okay. Alright. Decent paladin pull. Alright. And not bad. Okay. So we will go ahead and dust those extras. We can now delete decks. Alright. So here's where we're sitting. We have the cards we have, which are going to require some thought on my part. So I'll do some independent thinking away from the class and kind of come back with my thoughts on what it is. So we have 105 dust. We have a score of other cards that we could dust. We also have 0 gold, but we do have a quest that should help refill that. If we go into the arena, I'm wondering if it's going to give us a free one. Yep. So we get our first arena too. That'll be nice. That could be an episode in and of itself. You'll notice I haven't dusted the wild rares yet. Why not? Because I don't know what I want yet, and if I don't know what I want and I don't have a complete idea of what it is I need, I might as well just bank these cards. There's also the idea that, I can, not these uncraftable ones obviously, but I can dust this if I wanted to, but who knows? And if there's no reason to, you might as well just keep them in the bank until you need a reason to, or when you do end up being able to use them, you have them already, so you don't need to, you're not behind on dust that way. But that's where we're at. We'll give it some thought, and we'll go from there. If this is the position that you're in when you're following along with me, maybe you're doing something similar, my recommendation would be to go into the solo adventures and just do some more practice. Normal, even expert if you wanted to, but the goal right now should be to try and get as many of these basic cards acquired as you can. Because as you could see with the mage, and we'll go back to the collection right here, and you kind of lose perspective on this when, I've had all these cards for so long, but arcane missiles are great. Mirror image is not bad. Frostbolt was a basic card. That is a clutch card. Arcane Intellect is great. Frost Nova was another reward, and while it's not necessarily, it's useful. It's certainly not in every mage deck, but it's a very useful card. Fireball, Flame Strike was the other big one. There are a lot of cards that are very beneficial to each class. So if you're looking for something to do in the interim, go ahead, get in here, get all of these basic cards. Or if you kind of know which way you're leaning, I know I want to do Paladin, or I know I want to do Hunter, or whatever. If you were open to suggestions, or maybe wanted an idea of where to start, I'm going to say, let your cards tell you. Maybe your time is at a premium. If it's not a matter of time being at a premium, but you only want to focus on one or two right now, and you're not really concerned about what your cards are telling you, I think that kind of friendly to newer players would be Warlock and Druid and Paladin. Probably would be good places to start. But if you get those done and you want more, just kind of fill in the blanks. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. So we'll call it good. We'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. If you wanted more information, we're at 1600dust.com. You can follow me on Twitter at CMPlumber, and you can follow the podcast on Twitter at 1600dust. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.